Hey friends, I'm not a big fan of jewelry, but when it comes to this ring, it's a really special piece of jewelry that I do have in my collection. The reason why is because it's really rare. There's only less than 1,000 of these in the world. And the reason why is because it's made out of a nuclear fuel bundle. Yeah, if you chop up this fuel bundle into bite-sized pieces and mold it into a ring, you get this bad boy. In this video, I'm gonna share with you the origins of this ring, what it means to me, and exactly how it's made. So for those that are curious to know what it's called a zirconium ring, or short for Zirc ring. And it's given to those that graduate from the only undergraduate nuclear engineering program in all of Canada offered at Ontario Tech University. So in this video, I'm gonna give you some inside info on this ring. Number one, how is it forged? Number two, where do these nuclear engineering graduates get these rings from? Number three, how many of these are there right now in the world? So just how rare is it? And lastly, why does this material make up the sheath of this fuel bundle, which goes right to the heart of a nuclear reactor? Hey friends, if you're new to my channel, my name is Osama Baig. I have a background in nuclear engineering, and on this channel, I help demystify nuclear technologies by simplifying them. Let's jump in this video. Let's take a closer look at this ring. Now, when you pick it up, it's not very heavy. Super light. Feels almost like the weight of aluminum, almost in between aluminum and steel. However, when you push up against it and put some pressure on it, it doesn't bend at all. So it's super strong and not very flimsy. And when you look at the ring, there are two parallel slits that run down the ring, right? This gives it a little bit of a cool factor because regular old plain ring would have been all right, but not as cool as if it had these cool two slits that are parallel running down the ring. Those slits really add a level of personality and design to this ring overall. Next are the edges of this ring. So just like a regular fuel bundle, which has rounded edges, this ring's a bit different. It doesn't have rounded edges. Rather, the edges are super straight. This also adds to the level of comfort when you wear this ring, because if a ring is a little bit smoother on the edges, I find it easier to wear in the long run. However, edges that are cut off, it has a little bit of a different comfort level. It's not as comfortable as wearing a ring that rounded off. Also, another really cool feature is that from far away, this ring may look like silver or steel or some sort of another silver type of metal. However, when you take a closer look, it does have a slightly darker color. And the reason why is because zirconium is a metal that oxidizes over time. And you'll see that rings that are a lot older, these zirconium rings, for example, compared to one of my siblings, also graduated from the nuclear engineering program, their rings are a little bit darker as compared to mine. Overall, these rings get a little bit darker over time. However, there's not going to be a huge difference. So you might be asking, what material is used to make up this ring? Well, the material is called zircaloy 4, and this is the exact material that's used as a sheath for these fuel bundles. So the benefits of this metal is that it's corrosion resistant. It can handle super high pressures. It's a very strong material. And that's why it doesn't fall apart when nuclear engineers are doing all those crazy calculations when it comes to nuclear reactor kinetics. However, if you want to get into the specifics, this ring is around 98% zirconium metal with an extra 2% consisting of metals like nickel, niobium, tin, chromium, and other metals, which are added to improve the mechanical properties and corrosion resistance of this fuel bundle. However, remember, the exact composition may vary according to bundle and batches of bundle, and also the utility preference. Another really cool question that I get all the time is how many of these rings are out there right now in the world? And the answer to that is 955. So there's nearly 1,000 of these out there in the world right now. Every year, there's around 30 students that graduate from the undergraduate nuclear engineering program. And that number pretty much peaked at around 70 to 100 at one point. However, with new nuclear reactors being built across the world, especially a lot of development here in Canada, I'm guessing that this number will definitely go up in the near future. Also, this is a very unique and interesting tradition that school here in Canada, Ontario Tech University, practices. However, there are other universities in Canada, such as University of New Brunswick and several others that are looking to introduce a nuclear engineering undergraduate program. So if this does happen, this ring and ceremony may become part of the Canadian legacy. It may become adopted as a Canadian tradition. Here's a promise to you all. Every 5 years, I'll post a status comment in the video below to give you an indication as to how many rings are out there now in the world. So I'm in close contact with the faculty and I can arrange that. However, I hope you guys can keep me accountable by shooting a message in the comments below to see that have 5 years passed, and if yes, shoot a comment and let me know that, hey, where's the update? How many rings are out there right now in the world? That's a promise to you. Next, let's jump into the origins of the zirconium ring tradition. Like I said, this zirconium ring ceremony is a tradition that's unique to the Ontario Tech University, which offers the Nuclear Engineering Undergrad in all of Canada. It's also formerly known as UOIT, or University of Ontario Institute of Technology. And this tradition started in the year 2007. Graduating class of 2007 were the first to host this zirconium ring ceremony. And remember, it's not only nuclear engineering students that got these rings, it's also students in the health physics program and also radiation science programs, which are in the faculty of energy systems and nuclear science, which had received this ring. Later on, it also expanded to programs like energy systems engineering and also bachelors of applied science for nuclear power. And remember, it's not only the students, but it's also faculty and staff that are supporting these students that were also given these rings. The next question is, what is the symbolism behind this ring? And remember, there's another ring that engineering undergraduates from accredited engineering programs across Canada get. It's called the iron ring. And this iron ring is very important to engineers because there's an iron ring ceremony, which is a very secretive and private ceremony that takes place. So is this zirconium ring similar? It was also meant as an identification of their hard work that they put into the undergraduate program. And this ring highlights the importance of nuclear safety. Just as the fuel sheath protects the public from fission products inside a nuclear fuel bundle, so does the ring symbolize the importance of the use in energy and radiation, and also the roles we play in our careers to use that energy and radiation as well. Another really important question is, how is this ring created? Who is the manufacturer of this ring? Well, originally there was a company called Zirc. This company is now called Camco, which is located in a city called Port Hope. And they are the ones that craft and make these fuel bundles that go into the heart of a nuclear power reactor. Remember, these are pretty energy dense. If all the energy and electricity in your lifetime for an average Canadian came from one of these bundles, it would provide at least 520 years worth of clean electricity. Yeah, it's a fun fact. However, in a fuel bundle, this is the fuel sheath. It basically holds the uranium fuel pellet. So there's several hundreds of fuel pellets that are jam-packed into the bundle. And this goes to the heart of a CANDU power reactor. Using the pencils that make up this bundle, they are cut down and specifically sized according to the width of your finger. Now, who was responsible for starting this ceremony? Well, it's Dr. George Bursnight, who's the founder of the Faculty of Energy Systems and Nuclear Science. He's the one who originally reached out to Zircotech and also invited them to these early ceremonies. All right, so next let's jump into the zirconium ring ceremony. So this ceremony takes place in April time, typically when students finish up exams and are also finalizing their capstone presentation. Now, these rings are presented to students by their capstone supervisor. My ring was given to me by my capstone supervisor, Dr. Akira Tokihiro, which was a really cool experience. And remember, this ring, it's not like the engineering iron ring, which worn only on the pinky of the dominant hand. Rather, this ring can be worn on any finger. So I personally chose the index finger on my left hand. And remember, it's not only students that are invited to the ceremony, there's various faculty staff members that are also invited to the ceremony, alumni as well. So hopefully I can make it to the next Zirc ring ceremony. All right, so that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed and hope you can check out some of my other videos, which include a video on the engineering iron ring and the history behind this ring. Yes, after this video, you can call me the Lord of the Rings if you want, but hope you enjoyed this video. Till then, take care. Thanks. Bye.